Hey, what's going on, y'all? This is Lecrae, and right now I'm checking in with Brianna on Hip Hop United.
Okay, Hip Hop United All Access. This is Brianna, and we're here live today with multi Grammy award winning platinum selling artist, the one and only Lecrae. How's it going?
All is well. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I do appreciate you for joining me today on the check in. Introduce yourself to my fans.
Well, if you don't know, man, I'm Lecrae, just a kid out of Texas who wanted to use hip hop as a tool to express himself, express his perspectives on life, on faith, on what's happening in the world today. And man, for whatever reason, people been rocking with me, and so I'm gonna just do this till the wheels fall off.
Right. I see you making moves. I said, you know what? I need to get him on my show because you're just doing it up. Like I don't even
Oh,
know where to
wow.
start with you. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're doing so many great things in the community. Just kudos to you. So I'm gonna start out by asking you. You said you were from Texas. What inspires you to get into just music? Period.
I mean, I'm a fan of hip hop. I've been a fan of hip hop since I was a kid. So it was a culture, and then of course, being from Texas, you just around that independent hustle, that independent spirit. People selling CDs out the trunks of the cars. At a time period where if you were from New York, you are, you know, you had a pass, but if you were from the South, people kind of looked at you side eyed, and so it just put a chip on our shoulder and made us feel like, all right, we got to do this, in our own strength and get behind each other. So that just gave me a put some juice in my tank.
Okay. Well, like you said, everybody, is supporting your movements and, just everything that you have going on. So what made you start to just, give back so much to the community? Like what inspired that? Like you have your restoration project that you have going on.
What a lot of people have seen me do as far as the Love Beyond Walls, where we put hand washing stations across the world for folks who are experiencing homelessness, and face masks for incarcerated individuals, and fighting for early release for mothers who are in prison because of COVID-19. A lot of those things come from, honestly, just growing up um, around my grandmother, who was always serving the community. Her house was like a food bank for the neighborhood. People could get clothes. She was feeding the homeless. I was making sandwiches as a kid for folks out on the streets. And she was just always, just like a neighborhood hospital. She was a candy lady. She was everything. And I mean, she's still alive to this day, 93 years old, still doing it. And man, she's my
Mm.
inspiration for a lot of things that I do.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. So being that you're a hip hop artist, and I see you rocking with like just the our other artists, secular music. Your music is made for all. You know, how is it working with non Christian hip hop artists?
That's a good question. I think for me, like if you look at the church, so I didn't grow up in church. I grew up in the culture. You know what I mean? So I grew up in hip hop. It's my first language. And then when I had a spiritual transformation, at 19, 20 years old, I all I knew was hip hop. And so I had to figure out a way to bring this newfound faith that I had and merge it with, this culture that I was a part of. And a lot of people were resistant to that. But it was me being authentically me. And when it came down to collaborations, it was very authentic. My early stuff, you see me collecting with Bun B from Houston, or Paul Wall, or David Banner, because those are already authentic relationships. People who respected what I was doing and respected my movement, and then it just progressed from there. So I think it has to be mutual respect. Me and Big Crit, that's my friend. So when we did music together, it was a mutual respect. Me and Ti, we connect outside of music way more. We haven't done any music together, as I think about it. So we connect on a different wavelength, and I think that's what it comes down to. It's like a mutual respect. And so when you get on the microphone, we're gonna talk about stuff that matters. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about things that make a difference in the and things that we relate to artistically. So I'm never gonna get on a song and talk about, you know, popping mollies or shooting somebody. You know what I'm saying? That's not my vibe. So, and
Right.
they would never get on a song with me talking about that.
Right. So, like you said, it's just a mutual respect. That's what's up. And you know, I think about people like, you know, Zaytoven, how he's, you know, he's still, you know, a man of God, but yet he's still rocking with everybody. You know, everybody respects that. So I definitely feel where you're coming from. Now let's get into your music. Talk about, what can we expect from that? What kind of vibes can we expect from your new album?
It's as real as it gets. Uh, we living in some crazy times, and I think, you know, music gets us through a lot of times. Is music is, you know, you look back at the 60s and 70s, and if you didn't have Marvin Gaye's "What's Going On," just a reflection of what was happening, and people wouldn't have known. If we didn't have Melly Mills, "The Message," you know, explaining to us what was happening in the world, you know, we wouldn't know. And so for me, I'm making a music that is a reflection of the times that we're in. I don't know if there's another album that's coming out that is more reflective of where we are. And you know, that wasn't by design. I didn't do it that way. It just,
Mhm.
you know, I feel like, man, God did that. You know what I mean? But it's restoration. What do we need more than anything right now? You know what I'm saying? We need
Right.
restoration. And so that's what the music sounds like. It sounds like hope. It sounds like healing. It sounds like, you know, BJ the Chicago Kid putting some soul and some health into our system. It sounds like, you know, Kirk Franklin, you know, bringing some church to us. It sounds like John Legend, uh, you know, helping us relinquish some of that pain. You know what I mean? And Danny Lay bringing some love. And so, you know, it's a whole world of all of that coming together, and I'm excited for people to hear it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So as far as you, like I said, you've just been doing some awesome things in the community. That's what really, inspired me to even talk to you. Let's get into, what inspired you, to just be an advocate for the affordable housing here in Atlanta, Georgia. Talk a little bit about
Yeah, so when you know, I stayed on the east side of Atlanta, and you know, I know what it's like to wake up every day, and and you know, everything around you is, you know, looking crazy, and you know, it's all kinds of problems, and then you look up on the next day, and your whole neighborhood's being pushed out, and you're like, wait a minute, are y'all fixing my neighborhood for me, or are you fixing it for you? Who are you fixing it up for? And and man, that's unfortunate. And so there's a lot of historically black communities in Atlanta that where the black folks are being pushed out of those communities, and we want folks to be able to stay. And so English Ave is one of the neighborhoods that I feel like I've adopted personally. You know what I'm saying? I have friends who moved in there. You know, we have a school in there, Peace Preparatory Academy. It's in the Bluff. You know, if you know about Snow on the Bluff, you know
that.
what I mean. I got property over there, and so for me, it's about us maintaining the property of that community and continue to uplift and build and keep people in the neighborhood. And so there's a apartment complex across from Peace Prep Academy that I've invested in to make sure that it's refurbished, reestablished. It looks phenomenal now, and the prices will be at a price point to where the community can stay there, and
Okay.
not feel forced to go somewhere else. So that's the big thing about a big part of what I'm involved in.
Okay. So what else can we expect from you? I mean, it's like a lot of great things. Again, like I said, you're doing. It's like what else is there that I could, you've done so much. What else can we
Man,
look forward to?
you know, for me, it's all about change. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be fighting and rocking with the prison system until I die, because I think that's one of the final frontiers for us. You know, I mean, if you've read the book The New Jim Crow, you know that's legalized slavery in the prison systems, and people, you know, it's almost like their rights get stripped away. They don't have rights, and we saw the prison in Mississippi and how terrible that was. So that's something that's near and dear to my heart, and it's something that I'll be constantly advocating for and pushing passionately. And then outside of that, you know, I look forward to reproducing a lot of the things that I have going on. I'm working with another group in Atlanta called Collab, which is a fund that plans to fund a lot of black startups in the city. And so we
Okay.
just want to see businesses thrive. And I got some other plans that I can't reveal. You know, they under
Okay.
wraps, but when they come out, you know, y'all be the first to know.
Okay, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm definitely interested in learning more about the collab. I heard about that from one of my business partners, Rod Anthony. He told me about that. Um,
Yeah,
so I definitely, want to learn more about that because I have a startup business myself, So I
yeah.
definitely want to tap in and learn more about that. So, is there anything else you want our listeners to know about that I didn't ask you about?
Hey, the album comes out, Restoration. Make sure you get that. The book is called I'm Restored: How I Lost My Religion and Found My Faith. That'll be out in the fall. So, just stay tuned in. Follow me on social media, Lecrae. Follow me, I'll take you somewhere. That's it.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
again, I do appreciate you for checking in and taking the time to speak to Hip Hop United.
Appreciate you. Much love to you, sis.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah, much love to you.